Chapter 1. Before Penny. It was a normal autumn afternoon, and I arrived at the vet with our cairn terrier Charlie, sadly no longer with us, for his annual booster vaccination. The sun was shining, and the vet's waiting room was almost deserted as Charlie and I entered and announced our arrival to the receptionist. Let me explain that because Juliet and I owned a number of rescued dogs, I think we had 8 or 9 at the time this occurred, we knew all the staff at the surgery and were on first-name terms with them. On this particular day, we were booked in by Lisa, who smiled warmly and asked if she could have a word with me before I left that afternoon. Intrigued, I agreed to see her on our way out, wondering what she might want to tell me. Charlie was soon attended to, and we exited the treatment room and made our way to the reception desk to pay for his injection, and of course to find out what Lisa had to say to me. There were no other patients waiting as I paid Charlie's bill. Lisa passed me my receipt for the fee and smiled at me again. What was she smiling at, I wondered. "Right then, Lisa. What have you got to tell me?" I asked. Still smiling, Lisa replied, "I don't suppose you know anyone who might be prepared to give a home to a little terrier, do you?" I quickly realized why Lisa had had that smile plastered on her face from the moment I'd walked in through the surgery doors. Like everyone at the practice, she was well aware that Juliet and I had a number of rescued dogs at home and obviously felt we would be amenable to taking in another one. "I don't know, Lisa," I responded. "I can't really say much without knowing anything about the dog, and of course Juliet would have a say in any new adoptions too. What can you tell me about the dog?" Lisa then surprised me by explaining that the dog was currently in her care, but that she was seeking a permanent home for the terrier. "I have her at home," she went on, "but I have 3 of my own dogs in the house and can't really fit another one in. She's living outside in a pen, alongside my breeding dogs at present." Lisa explained that she had a purpose-built area in her backyard where she bred Dogue de Bordeaux. The terrier was taking up one of the pens at present, but would be much better living in a home with a nice family. "I've been thinking of asking you for a while, but this is the first chance I've had," she said. "My house itself isn't very big, so I really can't keep her inside or we'd be overcrowded." "What kind of dog is she?" was my next question. "She's a Jack Russell Cross." "And how come she's ended up with you? And what's her name? I'm going to have to talk about this with Juliet, so I'm not making any promises." "I understand that, but I'm sure if you came and had a look at her, you'd be happy with her. She doesn't really have a name, but I call her Pancake, because she was brought to me on Pancake Day.